Hello, I'm Lola J. I'm an author and a writing coach here in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And here are my 6 tips for writing your first novel. The first tip is, write what you know. I know this might sound a bit weird because you might think you might want to write about astrophysics and not know much about it. I would keep that for your second novel. For your first novel, write about something that you've experienced or something that you are quite knowledgeable about. For example, if you've worked in a hospital, make the hospital a setting. If you've worked in a veterinary surgery, maybe write about a vet. My advice about writing what you know is basically because your first novel is going to be such a long labour of love, and I think the time spent researching on Wikipedia, interviewing people could be spent honing your craft. So I would say, have as much time to hand to actually write your novel. So my first tip today is, write what you know. Number 2, keep a notebook. People say to me that I have a mobile phone, I can stick it on my iPad, but no, you need something that is close to hand, and this is my notebook that I carry with me all the time. So for example, if you see a colour or you see a shape of a leaf, write it down. If it moves you, write it down. There might be a conversation that you're listening to on the bus. It might amuse you. It might be something that a child has said. Write this down. This kind of note-keeping keeps you motivated and inspires you, and could end up in your finished novel. As I said, I do this all the time, and sometimes when I carry my notebook around, I never open it. But there's some days where I just keep opening it and I get so much information. There is oodles of information around you, beside you, outside. We don't have to always look on the computer for information. Sometimes it's right beside you. Tip number 3, be clear on your genre. Your genre could be young adult, it could be romance, it could be women's commercial fiction, it could be historical romance, it could be speculative fiction. Be clear on what you are writing. I've had writers say to me, I don't want to be put into a box, and I totally understand that. But for the sake of getting traditionally published, you may have to put yourself in the box, because I guarantee you a publisher will want to be able to place you so they can market you appropriately. So if you are writing the genre of romance, what is your subgenre? Is it historical romance? Is it teenage romance? Be clear on what you are writing. And to be honest, when you're clear about what you're writing, you are a much better writer. Number 4, don't wait for inspiration, just write. There are a lot of writers that say to me that I'm not inspired today, I'm too tired, I can't write. Don't wait for inspiration, because it may never come. Sometimes you have to force it out. There are some writers who can afford to wait for inspiration, like maybe J.K. Rowling perhaps. Someone who is a multi-million-dollar author, but at the moment we're not. So get out of bed, if you've got the time at that moment, write. It is better to write and just write rubbish instead of writing nothing at all, because I tell you this now, it is much easier to edit rubbish than it is to edit nothing. My 5th tip is to write, and write some more. And my 6th tip, which is my last tip for today, is to always make time for writing. Yes, you may have 2 jobs, 6 children, a cat and a dog, but set aside some time for writing. It's the only way this can work. It is the only way that your first novel will be completed. At the gym the other day, I saw a man and he had a t-shirt on, and it said, I don't have time to go to the gym, I make time. And with that thought, I'll say toodaloo. Thank you for listening to Lola's Writing Tips. Till we meet again.